Yes. Astha, why did you not send your document?
Yes, sir, I have sent it. I'm sending it once again.
Arnav,
Sir, I did not complete with the third thing.
when will you send then?
Can I send it by tomorrow?
The original application?
Uh, sir, I'm talking about the original application only.
Yes, containing the facts of the
Yes, sir.
matter. Yes. Okay, I will start checking one by one. Disha Kush Thir Thankar Reddy, and one more student is there, but she didn't join yet. So I'll start with Disha. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Is this visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is synopsis, and then there's a list of dates, and shift it to the next page. Okay, and
I think some formatting problem happened after because I had shifted it to other page. Actually.
hmm, citizenship during pre-independence India, debates in Constitutional Assembly. Did you write in your synopsis too about the citizenship during pre-independence?
No, sir, but like day before yesterday in the class, you said that we can write about that as well. So
Exactly.
that's why I mentioned.
Yes. Debate in Constitutional Assembly with regards to Indian citizenship. Other constitutional preamble. Okay, preamble, socialist, secular, democratic, liberty. Article 14. Citizenship Act, then 1986 Amendment. For the longest time, the Indian state believed in the principle of jus soli, meaning that citizenship was given on the basis of where the person was born. The rule regard to gaining citizenship. Amendment to the Citizenship Act. Illegal migrant. Okay. Okay. Somehow your petition is fine, can be accepted.
Thank you, sir.
If you have any question in this regard.
Sir, you had also mentioned that we can write about the question of laws, but I was actually a little confused about how to come out about that. So, if you can explain something about that, like what questions should we be writing about and all.
So generally, as you have gone through the statements of the fact, and then you realize that certain question arises whether the citizenship can be granted exemptional basis, like giving priority to those who are the marginalized sector or who are the persecuted minorities. That is the first question. Secondly, give secondly, uh, what are those persecuted minorities? The word persecuted is related to what? Whether that is related to suppression of the particular community, or the only the particular communities, Hindu, Sikh, Isai, Jain, Parsi, they are the known as persecuted. Can Muslim be included in persecuted? So these are the question of law, uh, because you see the distinction between persecution and those people who are who belongs to the minority community is nowhere in the bill passed by the central government. So the question arises related to grant of citizenship. Question arises related to the defining persecution word. What is the exact meaning of persecution? Whether Muslim includes in persecution or not? Whether Rohingyas include? Whether people belongs to Sri Lanka would be included? Whether people would be from other different communities, if they are persecuted, they would be included, other than the Muslims? So these are the two or three types of questions can be arised. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, next. Kush.
Yes.
Is this here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so this is the your document. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next. Synopsis. And then challenge. excessive delegation of power, notifications, list of dates, okay, facts of the case, post a lengthy and plenty freedom struggle fought on the principle of non-violence. Okay,
So
and
like
then
actually I started from independence period, not pre-independence.
okay, proof of country of origin. What is that? Relaxed requirement allow various documents, including birth. Please explain this. Please explain this.
Sir, actually I started from like questions of law or facts.
Yes, question of law.
Questions of law. So basically, for first question is that if the Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019 violates the Article 14 of the Constitution, which is to say that the Citizenship Amendment Acts provide for certain provides to certain religious communities the citizenship on grounds of their religious persecution. So, is that violative of the Article 14? That is to say, is that discrimination or is that not discrimination will be decided by the court. On the test will be applied that is it based on a reasonable nexus or a reasonable connection is there between the reason given and the cause stated. If there is no reasonable connection found out, then it will be a violative of Article 14 and it would be deemed as discriminatory. Secondly, I have written the question that whether the CA discriminates on the basis of religion. That is almost the same, but the court will decide whether it discriminates or not. But it does or not is a criteria that will be decided on the basis of the above mentioned test. Thirdly, I have mentioned is that whether whether the CA violates the right to life of, like the Article 21 states the right to life of that every citizen has a right to life, and in that right to life there is a clause that there is a clause that everyone has a right to stay in any part of the India he wants, and like from this CAA, I argue that the right to life of citizens is violated as Muslims have to prove their identity and they have to show their documents by which their right to life, like right to stay in any part of the India, is violated. And last is that the notifications are valid or invalid on the basis of like the Article 14, Article 15, Article 21, 51A, and the basic structure that is the secularism mentioned in the preamble.
Okay. 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 Everything is fine there. Next, Thir Thankara Reddy. Am I correctly pronouncing your name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is this your document?
Yes, sir.
Why 226 is here?
Sir, I have found some thing on internet, so I wrote it.
If you are filing before High Court, then you can mention under 226 of Constitution of India. Historical context and background.
Sir, I haven't written the questions.
Hmm. Write in correct format these
Yes.
things. And heading historical context and background.
Sir, it's a subheading.
Or you can write pre-independence. Partition
Yes,
of
sir.
India in 90 led to the large scale or during independence. That's how you can mention the heading.
Okay, sir.
Rest of the things are fine. You need to explain some more and in order. Instead, if you go through all your contact, I mean content, you will find there's mismatching of orders. So it must be in order. Whatever you are explaining through these facts. Okay.
Okay, sir. I'll change it.
And question of law, prepare it and add it below this, and everything is
Yes,
fine.
sir.
Next we have Disha done, Kushi done, and Tirthankar Reddy. Then
So can you please check my draft as well?
definitely I will, but before that Astha is there. Astha, is this your document?
Yes, sir.
Please don't mention such point or bullet types of. Okay.
Okay,
Instead, you
sir.
can use any number in any Roman words or alphabetics orders. Those are whatever document you produce for the court. In even a single line should be having its address. So, for example, this is your document. I can say that under synopsis point 3, that is challenging to notification under paragraph, if it is written paragraph number 1, paragraph number 2, then I could say that under paragraph 2 the word is defined, something like that. So the proper address should be there, and those addresses are denoted by the serial number. And then 8, 9, challenge to notifications. Also add full stop. Also try to summarize all over the things, not like conclusion, but like in such a way that you are open to add some more content later. List of dates. Facts of the case. Facts of the case. Also use the same thing as I told you. You can use even this way. You can also mention A, B, C, D. Okay. उसके बाद next है CA 1950. Then by birth. Termination of citizenship. The Act provides for the termination of citizenship in the following way. So if you are defining the first line as a leading line for the sub paragraph, then those paragraphs should be having its number 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Use all numbers, Roman numbers, and alphabetic ABCD, and define and provide address to each paragraph.
Okay, sir.
Whenever you put such kind of paragraph like in such a format, it doesn't make sense. Sometimes it is like you are quoting some line from other documents and you are mingling somehow. So instead of doing these kinds of things, you can define it through the numbers, that after paragraph 1 you have quoted paragraph 2, and then question of law. Okay, please elaborate about it.
Sir, like first question is, does Citizenship Amendment Act violates the right to equality guaranteed under Article 24 of the Citizens of the Constitution of India? Like Article 2014 talks about equality, equality before law and equal protection of law, and CAA discriminate against Muslim
Mm-hmm.
by not including them in the list of the citizen under the act.
Okay.
Second question talks about secularism. Like secularism is a basic structure defined under the Keshwan and Bharti case, and the CAA violates that act.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So somehow you have mentioned the seven questions you have raised. Uh, Seventh is protect and rights and interest of indigenous and local communities, particularly in northern state of India. So does the Citizenship Amendment Act protect such thing? Okay. You have mentioned it twice. You can delete one. And then does the Citizenship Act infringe upon the federal structure of India? Okay, these are the relevant questions you have raised. Yes. Who's that? Push. Tell me.
So just wanted to confirm if the CA is applicable in the states which come under sixth schedule or not.
See, it is up to the state.
Okay, sir. Like if they want to implement, they can, and if they don't want, they don't.
Central, the union territory are directed by the central, so central may implement there. But for the other states, see, since the Indian structure is somehow a federal structure too, so the states are there to implement such thing. If the majority wins there in any state who's belongs to the central, then the directly they can implement there.
Okay, sir.
So rest of the thing are fine. Any question if you have in this regard, you can ask. So next we have Harshita. Am I audible?
So,
So we are starting with the document. Is this your document?
yes, sir.
And where is notifications and the synopsis?
So I had
Harshita,
mentioned them. So I had mentioned them in brief in the starting, but I hadn't elaborated upon them.
you need to elaborate here, like you have elaborated section 18, clause 3.
Okay, sir. You
Similarly,
didn't mention it the last time, so I didn't work upon it. But I'll make the changes when I submit the draft next time.
okay. Under list of dates, try to elaborate some more sentences, add some more sentences. Mere adding 2 or 3 lines is not sufficient. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Original application, petitioner, violation of constitutional provisions. Instead, okay, credentials. How many of you, those who have submitted their documents today, how many of you have mentioned credentials? Kush, did you mention?
Yes, sir. Like I didn't mention the heading, but I wrote 2 3 paragraphs about the petitioner.
You need to add that. Okay.
Okay,
And
sir.
Astha, you also note down this fact that you have to mention credentials of the petitioner. And similarly, Thir Thankaradi, you also note down the fact.
Yes, sir.
Disha too. I don't think Disha have mentioned this fact.
Sir, I had mentioned the heading.
Okay. Facts leading to the present petition. Is this a heading?
Yes, sir. It was supposed to be in italics. I don't like. Yeah.
Mhm. Each paragraph must contain their numbers.
Okay, sir.
Then citizenship provisions 5 to 11. Summary of the Constitutional Assembly reason post post 2004 exclusion of Muslims, undefined persecution. Okay, elaborate about it.
Okay, so should I explain it right now? Like, should I elaborate it in the draft when I like, make the next time?
You can explain why these are
Should I
relevant.
explain? Should I explain the questions right now, sir?
No, you can answer. You can answer me why these are relevant to raise these issues
Yeah.
in
So, sir,
the.
basically,
Yes.
if I start with the first question, the question asks whether the Citizenship Amendment Act breaks the rules set out in Article 14 and 15 of the Indian Constitution. Uh, these articles, these articles say everyone should be treated equally under the law, and no one should be treated differently because of their religion, race, caste, sex, etc. So the question is whether the act is fair and follow these rules. So I feel this was a major question which basically our entire PIL revolves around. That's why I mentioned that question. And the next question is about whether the Citizenship Amendment Act goes against the idea of India being a secular country. Secularism means that the religion shouldn't play a part in how the government treats people or make laws. So, if the act gives special treatment to religion, to certain religion, when it comes to citizenship, it should be seen as going against India's secular principle. That's what I wanted to highlight in the second question. Now, like in the third question, we're talking about persecution. You mentioned in the last class how the entire defense of the respondent is under the word persecution, but it's not defined. So the question is whether the act is clear enough about what counts as persecution. Persecution means treating someone badly because of who they are, like their religion or ethnicity. If the law isn't clear about this, it could be used unfairly, which might break the principles of fairness and which follows in our constitution. Um, the fourth question was about constitutional amendments versus fundamental right. This question is about how much power Parliament has to change laws under Article 11 of the Constitution. Article 11 says Parliament lets Parliament decide who can be a citizen and how they can become one. But Parliament can't make laws that go against the fundamental rights guaranteed in the Part 3 of the Constitution, like the rights to equality and freedom. So, what I wanted to highlight here was that even though the Parliament has power to uh, make laws about it, but they can't go against the fundamental rights. So if they're making such laws like the CAA, which are going against the fundamental rights, then I don't think this whole act like uh, actually revolves in their power. I'm not able to explain it exactly. I hope I made sense. And the fifth is
Mhm.
about legislative competence. This question is basically whether Parliament has the right to make laws like the Citizenship Amendment Act. It's kind of similar, which affects people from certain religion in neighboring countries. Like, it's about whether Parliament is allowed to make this kind of law under the Constitution and whether it respects the right of these individuals who are from the neighboring countries from certain religion. Um and the last question was about international law and human rights. This question is about whether the Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019 follows the rules India agreed to in the international law about treating everyone fairly, and as well as protecting their human rights. It's about whether the act respects the right of these refugees and people who might not have a country to call their own, such as the stateless people. Those were basically my thoughts when I made this question.
Okay, good. Okay, now we are starting with the grounds. Okay, I'm just trying to indicate how grounds can be mentioned. So, all of you, please see this document. After you provide facts leading the present petition, and once you complete the whole statement of the petition in this statement of fact, then below that you can mention grounds heading as a heading, and then you can start with the mentioning about whatever you have uh, discussed in the petition. So maybe you may not be writing so fast because I'm just going to mention some of the facts directly, but you can even listen to this video later on. And the format how you will write is I have just mentioned here that because it is incorrect premises that the CA is necessary to give protection to persecuted minority from Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, and the same only opens an express entry door for people of certain religion to India, while leaving out other persecuted minorities who do not belong to the same religion. It is relevant that for the purpose of certain laws, definition of Hindu include Buddhist, Jain, and Sikh. So that's how uh, you can make this response of the government incorrect in the ground. So whatever the government has tried to express uh, through their documents, through their bill, laws, notifications, amendments, those could be incorrected through the grounds, and the way I have mentioned here, you can start mentioning in your documents too. Okay, so that is the first as I have written, and it will go on. Then next, similarly, you can start because this is one of the way to write the ground. Okay, then you can write that the CA excludes non-Muslim migrants from the three countries from the category of illegal migrants and facilitate their citizenship, and is void on account of violating Article 14 of the Constitution of India. So this way you can mention similarly, then start with because. Then you can say that because the selection by excluding Muslims does not amount to a valid classification, and such a classification they adopt is irrational and unjustified. Then again, after this ABCD, you can carry on mentioning whatever they are quoting is incorrect. Then they after C, then you can write about in the D paragraph because that it is apparent that CA is a violative of Article 14 and Article 21 in that it uses religion as a dominant or the only criteria. Then again you can start writing because as a consequence of CA, the non-Muslim residents who illegally migrated from Afghanistan, Pakistan and Bangladesh will be able to apply for citizenship through registration and naturalization. Similarly placed Muslim residents, irrespective how persecuted they are, will continue to be barred. Then you can carry on and writing next paragraph because Muslim communities from Afghanistan, Pakistan and Bangladesh have suffered and continue to suffer from religious persecution. Persecution against the Ahmadiyya is both specifically socially pervasive and state-backed in Pakistan. Shia Muslim communities, particularly the Hazara community, have been subjected to severe persecution in Afghanistan because of their religious belief. No regard has been paid to the persecution in general. Then again you can carry on and write because CAA is still born being violative of Article 14, 19, 21 as well as Article 5, 6, 1 and that is 18, 19. That's how you can start writing about the violative articles. And then next line you can mention because under CA a child born in India after 2003 to Hindu family, that is illegal migrants, would qualify as a citizen by birth. If the child is born to even one Muslim illegal migrant, she uh, she would not. Means the person, the child, whether male or female, whoever born in the Muslim community, and if they are illegally migrated to India because of they are still termed as illegal, so their child would not be granted citizenship. But in the same place, if the in the Hindi community, if any child is born, then they would be granted citizenship just because their illegal migrant term was removed for them. And this violation of the rights of a child under the UN Convention of the Rights of Child 1969 as well as the Juvenile Justice Act, which promises equal rights and equal protection of all children. A child, frankly, till the age of consent, has no religion. Because in a law, a child lacks capability to elect choices and that have serious consequences. And that's how you can mention next line, that is because CA also places illegally migrated from neighboring countries like Sri Lanka, Nepal, China and Myanmar at a disadvantage, and despite being persecuted no protection is available to them. Because as a consequence of CA, a Buddhist who illegally migrated from Pakistan owing to religious persecution would qualify for citizenship. A Buddhist who fled China from the same reason would not. This is the clear violation of Article 14. Then you can add next line because under the CA, differential treatment of Indian residents must meet the requirements of equality before law and the equal protection of law under Article 14 and Article 21 of the Constitution of India. Then next line you can add because it is settled law. The differential treatment of Indian residents and also foreigners must meet the requirements of equality before law and equal protection of law under Article 14 and Article 21 of Constitution of India. Then again you can mention, because further infraction of the constitution by the amendment act include absolute abdication of essential law making a function in favor of the central government, where the act allows central government to provide any conditions and restrictions on the power to grant citizenships to Hindus, Sikh, Buddhists, Jain, Parsis and Christians from Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan. So that's how you can add more and more line, at least 5 to 6 pages about the grounds. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So try to write as much as you can write. The ground is meant that you are raising, just like you have raised question of law within 4 to 5 lines. The most important, the relevant questions you have raised. Similarly, in the ground, you can counter their activity, counter their expression, counter their directives of the notification, counter their bills containing sections, even their responses, everything you can counter through this ground. Okay, you can, as you have gone through the facts leading to this present petition. So the facts include about the Hazara community, facts include about the Buddhist community, facts include about the Nepal, those person belongs to Nepal, Sri Lanka. If some Nepalis are there in Nepal, and if they are deprived of their rights, and they claim that they are in minority community, and if they are in, if suppose they are not Muslim, but they are some other belongs to some other community, and if they are being persecuted, then what would be the solution for them? So that's how you can use your general sense, and then try to counter each of the point you think should be there in this ground list. Okay, so this is the that is structure format. You can follow this and start writing, because it is incorrect, because the laws talks about these and that, and that's how. Go on, a b c d e f g. If if ends with z, then you can start another serial number, that is double a double b double c. That's how you can carry on mentioning about the grounds. Okay, and let me know tomorrow in around in midday, around 12 o'clock, any of you would be available for the class.
So I'd be available.
Okay. Any other student? Disha, Kush. Okay.
For me, midday can
Okay.
be possible, so I will see the video.
Okay. Do one thing. Try writing about the grounds. In the meantime, I will try assisting you in writing grounds too. Thereafter, there's a prayer. So we have to complete this ground part. I will start mentioning some more line about the grounds. So maybe I will be conducting class tomorrow around 12 o'clock, in case I get time. Otherwise, on the same time, tomorrow evening we'll conduct class. Further, try to complete all those previous assignments, like those who couldn't complete synopsis, those who couldn't complete original applications or list of events. So try completing all those things with the formats, and the last is grounds. I have just indicated how you can write grounds. Whatever you could write, do that and show me tomorrow. In the meantime, if I get time, I will join class, and there I will start elaborating some more facts about the grounds. Then only you can complete this petition properly. Understood?
So till when we have to submit the grounds?
See, generally you have all day tomorrow. You don't need to submit in midday. around I will be conducting class at that time, so I will be assisting you compiling the grounds. And tomorrow evening you show me the grounds.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, tomorrow evening, and then we have 2 more days thereafter. On 16 I will be ending this drafting class on Sunday. Okay, so 14, 15, and 16, these 3 days are there. Within 3 days complete all the pending things, and the last part is grounds will should be completed tomorrow evening. Any other question if you have, you can ask. And one more thing is, in regard to your assignment you are submitting on the portal, Harshita, how many assignments have you submitted on the portal?
So I've made two assignments, but I haven't submitted them because I messaged you that I'm not able to for the others. I'm not able to change the topic, and every time like I select on change the topic, the list of the topics I can change it to changes. So I'm just waiting for that to like the glitch to clear out before I
Okay,
submit. But I've prepared with two assignments.
let me share you share my screen to you.
Okay, sir.
Is this visible? See, in case if I go to change my topics, assignment option is there, or else directly I can go to this change assignment topics. So once I find 6 topics are allotted to me, rest 7 to 10 are not allotted to me. So if among these 6 topics, if I wish to change, suppose the fourth one is identity theft, I need to replace this topic. So if I replace, it means new topic will be placed in the serial of this phone number. So if I click on, after clicking on this radio button, if I click on change topic, the fourth one will be replaced. Did you see? The fourth one is
Yes, sir.
replaced.
Actually,
New
I
topic.
was trying to change it in the assignment section only. So where was this change assignment topic option again?
See, the same
Okay,
option
sir.
is there. Under assignment option, you can change, or also this below this assignment, there is assignment. Sorry, change assignment topics. So even if you go to assignment option, and if you find article topics, and there you find 6 topics visible, so below each topic you can see this option, and these below option will redirect you to the same page. Either you click on this or this, whatever the number of the option you choose, this will redirect you to the same page. So any of the
So,
option I can click.
so this was not working for me. I tried.
Okay, suppose if I go to this option, I find the same thing, and then among the fifth one I need to replace. So I click it here, and new topic will be placed on the fifth number. You can see this is the way. Try this. In case it doesn't work, you can, after this class you can join me and share your screen and then show me. That's how I can figure out the exact problem. Okay. And
Okay.
one more thing, most of the students are submitting assignments containing some issues related to their references. For that, there's a video. Yes, this is the video related to how to add citation and headings using editor tools. Okay, so care about this, go through this video, and following the pattern, then try to submit assignment. Yes, Disha.
Um, Sir, is there any particular citation method that we have to follow?
Yes, along with the citation method, you have to follow the tools as well. So the for the citation method, I have just recommended either follow ILI standard format or Blue Book or Scholar, any of the pattern you can follow. And then to add in this in the article, you can choose option, like I can show you. For example, this is the paragraph. Suppose this is the paragraph you have written, and same another paragraph, another paragraph. So do suppose this paragraph is taken from the journal or book, wherever you got these line, these paragraph, then you need to add the citation. Simply you can choose this option here, link. If you click here, suppose you have got this information from one of the journal, so write the name of journal, Indian Legal Journal. Okay. And then for example, the link, suppose the original Indian Legal Journal is based on the web. That means digitally you got the information. So the website would be there. You can add the website name .com or whatever that is. Okay. So that's how it will be added. And suppose this time the next paragraph is taken from offline journal or book. That means the physical book is there and you got the information and you are quoting here. For that, there is an indication that reference, this is the, you can copy this, you can add here, and then you can add any pattern you follow, like suppose page 30, page 30, and volume second, and book author name is anyone, and then the book name is, so that's how you can add citation. So each paragraph, if you are getting information from the web, from internet, then use link option, and for offline use this pattern and add the citation format method, whatever method you choose, add the method here in that format by adding prefix ref and closing ref as a suffix. And remember one more thing, at the last provide heading references, just heading and nothing else, and provide heading as, this is the heading number 1. So if I can show you, so this is the last reference, and you don't need to add anything here. Whatever you have added here, here, these two will be added itself when you publish your content on the portal. Okay, any question in that?
Yes.
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so follow this kind of format. Thank you. In case if you have other question, you can ask.
Sir, I
Otherwise,
have
I'm
one
leaving.
question.
Yes.
Sir,
Yes.
in
So
okay, you go first.
One second. Yes, Arnav, tell me.
Okay, sir, when we do citations, and we publish it, and sorry, not publish, and we submit it, but then after that, if we choose to submit it again, then the citations get messed up.
Yes, for that, uh, you can do that is the most important question I wanted to clarify over that. So whenever in such a case, first in a initial stage, you submit your article, that is saved as draft, and in your second stage, when you try to submit that article for the review purpose, and there when you click on edit option, at that time it get missed. So for that you can do one thing. Let me show you with the example. Suppose this is the article, Uh, I don't have article right now, but I can show you some other article. Suppose this is the article. So now suppose if I click, I
So
found
your
this
screen is.
article. Is it visible?
No,
No.
sir.
Okay, okay. Let me do it. You can do one thing is when you click on edit option at that time in your editor box, below this reference heading, citations will be added itself. So delete those listed citations, that's all, and then resubmit it. So every
But
time
sir,
you submit, yes,
sir, I have
tell
tried
me.
that, and still, it gives a weird list of citations.
No, that's what I wanted to tell you. Let me show you that. So this is the article, and here I find, although it is not quoted in the main. See this. This is what happening with the citations. So if I delete this, and the citation indication is there in the paragraph, although it is not here, but student hasn't mentioned the paragraph, their citations in the paragraph. But in case if your citation is available in the paragraph, as I have shown, for the link you can use this option, and for the references from the book or journal, you can use ref, and add citations, and close ref is most important. Similarly, wherever you need to add citations, just after the end of or in the middle of this, wherever you wish to add paragraphs, you can add. And below the citation or references, there wouldn't be any citation. Make sure when you submit or resubmit again and again, make sure below this citations or reference heading, there shouldn't be citations at all, because whatever you have mentioned here and here or here, these will auto generate citations below this article, below this citations or references heading under the footer. Okay, that's how your problem will be resolved.
No, sir, I understand what you're trying to say, but sir,
Mhm.
once you submit, and then even after you remove what all is below the reference section, still I'll tell you what it says. It says site note one, site note two, something like that.
Any of your article is having such a issue? Let me check it and let
Yes, sir.
tell you.
My
And in the meantime, yes,
sir,
one of the art.
intellectual property one.
Okay, let me check. Yes. In the meantime, Harshita, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I wanted to say that I tried to change the topic again and it's not happening. So I wanted to stay back and share my screen and like show you what exactly is the issue.
Surely. Let me complete this Arnav issue, and then
Okay,
you
sir.
can show you what is done. Arnav, I have uh, inventory problem is one of the topics. Second is procedure for geographical indication. Two topics are visible to me.
Yeah, sir, in the geographical indications one, this issue is.
So if I re-edit on Your article, is it visible? Visible?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
So this is your article, and this is the site one, site two. It is because what has happened, uh, the indication of the citation is empty. Here whatever you have cited isn't visible. Let me show you by example. Here, uh, suppose I get information from the suppose yahoo.com. So here I mention yahoo.com. Its proper reference or link or page name, everything I add here. You would be noticing I just going to delete all these and resubmitting for review. Saved. And now what it comes, if I go to see, the first one is having the proper reference, but below that all the second or third reference doesn't contain any information. It is because those containing information got deleted while reviewing the article. So do one thing, re-add the citation the way I have asked you to add citations. That's all. Delete all these, delete all these citations. Okay,
Okay.
wherever you have mentioned, and then re-add the citation by correct format.
Sir, is there an
It will
easier
die.
way? Because this will be the, I think, the sixth time I will be adding the citations.
No, the see earlier you whatever you have added is just because every time you did not delete the last option reference. So
Okay.
now if you add citations and then submit it, it will regenerate references below. And in case if you need to re-edit, then you can go come to the same page, and at that time if you find references already generated, then while submitting the corrected article, delete the references just below this heading.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.